So what do we actually need to know? Oh my God, look at my hands. Been doing tie-dyeing with kids and it wouldn't come out. And yes, I did try to wear gloves, but they fell off or they got lost. Anyway, because I thought I'd finished. Anyway, that's beside the point. So what do you actually need to know about iron supplements, okay, whether you've had them in the past or you are currently anemic and are finding that you don't have the energy and you don't sleep very well, okay, and you've been told that you are anemic and you do need to take iron supplements. So this is a really important video. So if you are watching live, then please say live. And if you are catching this on the replay, then please say replay, because the more comments we get, the actual more that Facebook will share this. And this is something that affects a lot of people, mostly women, but a lot of people, okay, in general. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Belinda, and I'm very passionate about helping people recover from autoimmune problems, thyroid issues, sleeping issues, energy issues, fatigue, okay, insomnia, stress even, weight, anxiety, depression, you name it, okay. Now, this is something that is very prevalent, and we quite often get told that we're anemic after a blood test from the doctor, right? Okay, so we usually go to the doctor and maybe we are pregnant, maybe we are not pregnant. Okay, this happened to me numerous times throughout my life, and I did take iron supplements only to realize that they actually have adverse effects that I didn't really like, and no one actually told me that I would have unwanted consequences from taking iron supplements. And it's really frustrating when you find out later, okay? So that's why I'm here to tell you as well. So iron is really, really important in the body, right? Okay, it carries oxygen around the body so that we can sleep and so that we can have energy, okay? But when we are low in iron, we feel tired and we feel lethargic and we don't feel like we can get through the day. And quite often this gets diagnosed via a blood test, okay? So we'll go to the doctor. You'll say you're tired or you're lethargic or you just don't have enough energy, and they'll say, let's just check your iron levels, okay? So you do the blood test, right? And it comes back, you're low in iron, you are anemic, you should be taking iron supplements, okay? And that's what happened to me. So like, you know, this is no judgment on anyone, this is just how the system works, right? So have you been there? Okay, have you ever been told you're low in iron or you're anemic or you need to take iron supplements? Okay, let us know down below. So what actually happens in the body when we are low in iron is that we're actually just low in iron in the blood, okay? Because we're actually given 95% of our iron requirements for life. And when our body is functioning correctly, we actually recycle that iron. We have an iron recycling system, okay? The funny part is that iron supplements actually block that system from working. So anyway, that's another story. But that's what's actually supposed to happen. We are supposed to recycle that iron. Now, iron is not something that we actually dispose of. It's something that our body collects. Over time, we collect iron. We're like a magnet for iron, literally. Okay, so I want you to think of this. Think of an analogy. So you have some iron nails or a cooking tray or a cast iron pot, and you leave it outside in the weather. What happens to it? It oxidizes, right? It rusts, okay? So if we are collecting iron in the body, what's going to happen? Don't you think it's going to do the same thing in our body as it does when it comes in contact with the environment outside? Exactly. So iron, here's some things that I didn't know when I was supplementing iron is 1, iron is attracted to damaged tissue. Okay, it's attracted to the nervous system, the eyes, the heart, the liver, okay, the brain, okay, it's really attracted to damaged tissues. Number 2, it oxidizes tissue. Yes, it actually does. So we're literally rusting from the inside out, which is insane, right? Okay, it's a metal. 3, it's a metal that accumulates. We don't dispose of it, which can be pretty scary, right? So, you know, it's a really big problem. Number 4, it creates an inability to detoxify cells. Our cells are supposed to detoxify all of the time. They're supposed to get rid of waste product. But when we have too much iron in the tissue, it can be a really, really big problem. Okay. Our recommended daily intake is 8 milligrams. But I can tell you right now, most of us are getting a hell of a lot more than that. Okay, via supplementation, via grain fortified foods that we take. It's quite often in medications, it's in the pill. Like, we actually get exposed to more iron than we really need. Okay, next one, number 6, big scary one here. All microbes need iron. Now I'm talking about pathogens here, so I'm going to show you a slide. Let me just bring it up for you. And this is in a scientific study that I have found. I'm going to show you this on the screen now, and you can read this for yourself. Given the absolute requirements for iron by virtually all human pathogens, it's important that, it's an important facet of the innate immune system to limit the ability to invading microbes. So, that is pretty scary. Oh, good. My little one is here. So, what pathogens do iron feed on? Do you want to point to the first one? It feeds on bacteria, okay? It feeds on fungus. It feeds on parasites. Yes, those lovely parasites that get into our digestive system. And they also feed on viruses, okay? So that is pretty scary when you understand that. So when we are consuming iron supplements, can you just move your hands, Sky? Can you just move your hands so I can see what I'm doing? Okay, it can be a really big problem, because what we actually need to do is be creating certain proteins and enzymes. If you bump the screen, the phone moves. So can you just please leave your hand off the screen? Take it off the screen. Thank you. Okay, so when we are consuming iron fortified foods and iron supplements, and it blocks our ability to recycle our iron in our own system, that can be a really big problem. What we actually need to be doing is making sure that our body is given everything we need so that we can recycle the iron that we are naturally given at birth from our mother. Okay, and to do that, we need to make certain proteins and certain enzymes. One of these proteins is called ferro-oxidase. Now, ferro-oxidase is like a train. Okay, imagine a train, and it carries the iron from our blood to our tissue and back and forth, and it's supposed to do that all of the time. But these days, because of the foods that we eat, because of the lifestyles that we run, because of the supplements that we take, because of the stress that we're under, we don't actually make this enzyme to the best of its ability. And that's what we actually need to do. So if this is something... I'm just doing a Facebook Live. My husband is stirring up my toddler. Well, she's not even a toddler, she's 5. So what we actually need to be doing is making sure that we're giving the body the things that it needs to create this enzyme so that we can kickstart our iron recycling system. Because if we are going to take in more iron supplements, it's actually going to create rust in the body. So gut issues, what's that? That's rust in our gut. Brain fog, what's that? That's rust in our brain. Joint issues, and trust me, I have been there and it's not much fun. That is rust in our joints, okay? All of these things that we have can be related back to iron issues, and it's a big problem, okay? So if you know someone who this video can help, please tag them or even send it in a private message if they don't like to see things publicly, okay? Because it's a really important message to get out there. Now, I see Emma's on with me. Emma says, yes. Hi, yes, I hate taking iron supplements. Yep, and I've totally been there myself, but not knowing the unintended consequences of that. So that can be a big problem. Yep, you're right, it goes rusty. Exactly. So I'm about to go and do this video again but you know, I don't follow a script, so it's going to be slightly different over in Naturally Healthy and Happy with Belinda. So if you wish to join me, feel free to follow. If not, all good, doesn't worry me. Anyway, I will talk to you soon. I'm making this video for a friend actually, so I promised I would do this for her. Anyway, you have a good day and I will see you tomorrow.